As part of the boom in the global CBD industry in recent years, we've seen a great deal of development in CBD products, as well as the technology used to produce them. We can now buy CBD oils, tinctures, edibles, tea, coffee, and more. When browsing CBD products, you'll also find some common terms popping up all the time, such as isolate and distillate. So what is distillate? And are products containing CBD distillate better than other CBD products? There are no easy answers to these questions. CBD distillate does have a number of advantages, but like anything, it has its pros and cons. It's also important to remember that distillate is simply a type of CBD extract, which does not guarantee the quality of the product you buy simply because it's labelled distillate. In this video, we'll cover the different forms of CBD such as isolate and distillate, as well as taking a deep dive into CBD distillate. We'll also examine the various ways one can use it, as well as its pros and cons. But let's start by clearing up the confusion between the two common CBD terms. So, CBD isolate versus CBD distillate. People often get CBD isolate and CBD distillate confused. That's not surprising, considering they are both highly refined, potent, and concentrated types of CBD. However, there are some key differences between the two, and it is important to know the difference in order to make informed decisions as a consumer. So let's take a look at each in turn so we can understand the similarities and differences. What is CBD isolate? CBD isolate is a purified form of CBD obtained from the cannabis plant using a special industrial extraction process. The crystal form of CBD isolate is subsequently converted into a fine, white-colored powder for consumption. It's highly refined and is the purest form of CBD available, with at least 99.5% cannabinoid content. This purity means CBD isolate does not contain any of the many other cannabinoids found in the cannabis plant, including the psychoactive compound THC. This is often the selling point of CBD isolate. However, the absence of the other cannabinoids means that you may be missing out on the entourage effect, which many believe is the key to maximizing the benefits of CBD. Since the THC content is almost zero, it's suitable for those who want to ensure the lowest possible concentration of THC. For example, those who may be worried about returning a drug test that is positive for THC. Although, it's worth noting that all CBD products, not just the ones based on CBD isolate, contain a concentration of THC that is so low it will not have any psychoactive effects. In fact, this negligible concentration of THC is a requirement for any CBD product that is legally sold in the UK, the US, and many other countries. So, what is CBD distillate? CBD distillate is another form of CBD that is obtained from the cannabis or hemp plants through a specific extraction and refining process. Unlike crystalline and powdery CBD isolate, distillate is a viscous substance that is similar to honey in both color and texture. Distillate is further refined compared to CBD oil, but not as refined as CBD isolate. The different levels of refinement are as follows. First, the cannabis flower, the natural flowering tops or buds of the hemp plant. Then, crude extract, the raw extract from the cannabis plant with a wide spectrum of cannabinoids as well as chlorophyll and fatty acids. Number 3 is refined oil. The raw extract is refined and processed to create a refined oil that is decarboxylated and does not contain waxes or plant material. Number 4 is distillate, further refined CBD extract distilled into a fraction. And number 5 is finally isolate, the single molecule CBD extract which is very close to pure CBD. At the top of this list are the raw ingredients that contain a wider cannabinoid spectrum. As these are refined down, the substances have a narrower cannabinoid spectrum and a simpler chemical profile. This means they are stronger and more pure in terms of CBD, but with a lower potential for entourage effectiveness. Sitting just above CBD isolate on the list, CBD distillate is purer than CBD oil, but not completely pure, containing additional cannabinoids and other compounds. It is still highly concentrated, however, with 80% or more CBD content. The remaining portion of CBD distillate is constituted of the other compounds of the plant, including the cannabinoids, THC, and other oils and terpenes. Since CBD distillate contains multiple ingredients from the plant, it can have a slight characteristic taste, unlike the odorless and tasteless CBD isolate. Apart from the characteristic properties, it works more or less in the same way as CBD isolate because the major component is the same. CBD distillate is available in various forms and names with a range of constituents. The hemp plant contains hundreds of cannabinoids, while CBD isolate has only the CBD compound. We've seen that distillate has around an 80% concentration of CBD, and the remaining 20% is made up of a large range of other substances. So let's take a look at a few of the cannabinoid compounds typically present in CBD distillate. CBG is a cannabinoid that can be obtained from CBD oil by a fractioning process or directly extracted from CBG hemp. CBG distillate usually has between 50% and 75% concentration of CBD. It can be used to produce CBG capsules and vaping products which can support better health and well-being in a similar way to CBD. It doesn't have the psychoactive properties similar to CBD, and it can be used as a raw substance used to extract CBD, THC, or CBC. CBC is not as popular as some of the other cannabinoids, however, it is known for similar beneficial properties as CBD. CBN is yet another cannabinoid found in the cannabis plant and a component in the CBD distillate. It's currently still being studied to better understand its effects, but is currently believed to have sedative properties. CBDA is also an important compound found in the hemp plant. It is usually converted to CBD over time and with exposure to heat. When consumed, it can encourage the endocannabinoid system to suppress the COX-2 enzyme, which could be useful in managing inflammation. To conclude, CBD distillate is a concentrated and powerful form of CBD. It is less pure than CBD isolate, but will still boast impressively high CBD concentration of around 80%. Additionally, the presence of the other cannabinoids and compounds supports the arguably beneficial entourage effect. As with any CBD product, it's also important to do your research and make sure you only buy quality distillate from a trusted vendor. Well everyone, we hope you enjoyed today's video. If you're looking for CBD oil, broad spectrum that is, on our website we sell CBD balm, oil and capsules. Expect more videos to come talking about CBD oil, how you should take it and much more. To stay up to date, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. We'll see you next time.